Hey everybody, it's Marcus again with Awareness Branding Consulting, and today's video is about the do's and don'ts of picking your name for your company. So the first thing you need to do is just research first. Make sure whatever name you're going to choose is available. Research in the trademark database, talk with a lawyer if you're unsure, check to see if the domains are available, check with your local state, make sure that is all on point before you go ahead and invest into building out your brand. The first don't you should do is, well, it's not that it's not a first don't, but when it comes to picking your name, try to avoid using your actual name in the business name unless you're in a few accepted industries, which in my opinion would be food industry, legal industry, private equity, and if you're a recognized consultant. For me, these are like the four industries. You could maybe fashion, but fashion also sometimes if it's done properly, but you have to have a really nice name for it to work. That's where you could use your name, right? You could get away with using your name if it's catchy, if it makes sense, if it's homey, if it's part of your branding. But most industries don't use your name because it makes you accountable if things go to hell, right? If your business fails, your name's on that and everybody knows that. Whereas if you actually pick a name that encompasses something else and let's say Paragon or Awareness or whatever the name's going to be, then you kind of stay behind the scenes. Second of all, too, when you have a name that goes beyond yourself, again with outside the exception of these other industries that I said, it also allows you to play bigger than you are. It makes you look like a bigger company, right? And eventually you will reach those bigger stages if you stay consistent and you do things right. But it just helps with credibility, and people don't think you're just a one-man show, and they think you have a team, and which most people do end up having teams. And it allows people to trust you a lot better, brings up credibility, and there's a lot less doubt. So those are some important points. Again, when it comes to your name, take time to make a big list. We like using thesaurus.com because there's lots of synonyms. It allows you to also, cross-check with what's registered on the trademarks, what's registered in your local state, what you're looking to do, what your vision is, what your why is. So make a list, right? Take some day. It can take months. It can take a year sometimes, or it can take 1 hour, 5 minutes. It all depends on your ability to be creative and being fortunate to stumble upon it quickly, or it takes more time. So take your time. Don't rush it. Again, when we've rebranded people, we've made them change their name in a positive way because they're now growing and they've doubled in size. And they've told us many times, thank you for helping me change my name. I was skeptical. But again, when you make your list of names, take your time to do it. Don't rush it. Don't go and register. I know you're excited, but when you do the things right in the first place, even if it's slow or even if it takes longer than you expected, at least you don't have to worry about going back and fixing it again, right? So really take time to build that list. Something else we recommend you don't do is we don't recommend that you create a name that doesn't, how do I say this? That doesn't effectively communicate what you're trying to, what you want, that you don't. Another thing we recommend you don't do is pick a name that doesn't effectively communicate your vision and mission, if that makes sense. So let's take our company, for example, Awareness. So our tagline is awareness brings growth, right? So it's a play on words for us because we're a branding consulting firm, Awareness Branding and Consulting, awareness, we help our entrepreneurs become aware of what they're doing wrong so they can improve on it, and we help them become aware of what they're doing right so they can 10x that even more, right? And without awareness, how can we grow as people? How can we grow as business, right? So it makes sense in our case, awareness. But if we were to give our name, I don't know, this is a random example. Let's say our name was Bluegrass Helpers. Like, this wouldn't make any sense, you know what I'm saying? We help businesses, we're bluegrass, we're landscaping, so there has to be something coherent and understandable and easily identifiable with the name that you're creating. So make sure that you don't create a name that doesn't effectively communicate your vision, your mission, and what you're trying to achieve as a company owner. And yeah, again, just make sure that you register your name, get your website, And then you can start that whole process of, okay, let's do the logo and let's slowly build out the brand. I really like this topic again because we have seen so many mistakes from so many entrepreneurs rushing to it, and there's some really bad names out there, terrible names. And then you look at the branding, and it's obvious that the branding is shit because their name is shit. So take the time, be patient, consult with people that can help you brainstorm. It can take time, but I promise you, once you do it effectively, then you see that vision, right? And you know, okay, here's our starting point. Now I can start to captain and move that ship forward. So again, this is a shorter video. Key takeaways here are: don't use your name unless you're in certain industries. Take your time, build a list, make sure that it's not taken, check with the trademark office, talk with your attorney, and just make sure that you effectively communicate what you want, your vision and your mission, through the name that you decide to choose, and that it's easily identifiable and it's easy to remember. It's not super long, and allows you to create that foundation to build your empire. Again, thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe to our channel, leave your comments in the section below. We'll respond to them as soon as we can. And as always, we appreciate the people that have taken the time to watch our videos, and we continue to hope that you take actionable insight away and can apply to your businesses. Thank you, and we'll see you again soon.